papers. The hot topic in the international press is Sochi, just a couple of days before the Winter Olympics kick off.
That's right. There are all sorts of different angles I'm going to be telling you about today. Let's start by looking at the International New York Times. On their front page, they point out that the Sochi Games have really put the focus on Russia's crackdown in the Caucasus. And this points out that really this is the first time in history that the Olympics are going to be held on the edge of a war zone. So that's between Russian security forces and Islamist groups that want to establish an independent Islamic caliphate in the northern Caucasus. And all this has really been put in the spotlight because of the Olympics, which has in a way also exacerbated this. According to some analysts, what we're seeing here is a slow motion, a civil war. And because of the fact that the Olympics are so important, well, they've become an incredible target for terrorists, and this in turn has led to sometimes violent security operations that critics say fuels more violence and human rights abuses.
Also in the spotlight, the Russian opposition.
That's right. There's an article in the Moscow Times that focuses on Russia's only opposition-oriented television channel called Dosh. Now, Tuesday it announced that the large cable providers that provide it with cables had decided to drop it, and this could lead to its closures. Now, political analysts say this is part of a Kremlin-driven campaign to crack down on the channel. And the channel says, well, basically authorities want to get rid of it. And the opposition leader, Alexei Navalny, he really shares this sentiment, and he's vowed to file a lawsuit against these cable providers. Now, it's interesting to note that Navalny is restricted to traveling outside of Moscow, but he's requested permission to go to the Olympics, even though he's been very critical of the cost of the Olympics. And this is what a lot of papers are also focusing on, is the cost. $51 billion, the most expensive Olympics in history.
It is extremely expensive, isn't it? Russia's anti-gay law is also getting a lot of attention in the lead up to the Games.
That's right. Let's stick with the Moscow Times today. It's talking about a Scottish brewing company named Brewdog that's launched the world's first protest beer. Well, it says it's the world's first protest beer. It's called Hello, My Name is Vladimir, and on the bottle it features an image of Putin wearing eyeshadow and lipstick. Now, it's sarcastically called an anti-gay beer, and 50% of the profits are going to go to charities that support gay rights, and you can actually buy this beer online if you're interested. Now, the brewing company has decided to send a case of this beer to Vladimir Putin.
I'm sure he'll drink it.
We'll have to see if he takes a sip or not. I'm quite curious to give it a try. Now, talking about gay laws, the Daily Beast also focuses on this today and points out that Russia has been drawing a lot of criticism because of these anti-gay laws, but it's actually American activists and missionaries who are spreading anti-gay fear and anger around the world. This article calls them America's ambassadors of hate. It's a very interesting article by Christopher Dickey today in the Daily Beast. Now, he says that from Kingston to the Kremlin to the streets of France, they're warning that what's happened in America could happen to you, and their success at exporting hate is horrifying, according to him.
Now, on a lighter note, journalists, of course, have already been arriving there at Sochi. The Washington Post has pulled together a few of their reactions.
That's right. Yesterday I was telling you that a lot of people wonder if Sochi is ready to host the Olympics because there's so much construction that's still going on, especially at hotels. Only 6 of 9 media hotels are ready for guests, but journalists are live tweeting as they check into their hotels, and the Washington Post has pulled together their best tweets, and they're hilarious and sometimes gross. Let's take a look at a couple. I pulled out one from the CNN's Harry Reiki. Now, there's a photo of him in the hotel room. You can see him there. You can see that the curtain is completely falling apart. He says, this is one of the hotel rooms Sochi has given us shambles. Now, reportedly, stray dogs and construction workers are wandering in and out of the rooms. But I think the gold medal of tweeting goes to Stacey St. Clair from the Chicago Tribune. Her tweets have gone viral. Check this one out, first of all. My hotel has no water. If restored, the front desk says, do not use on your face because it contains something very dangerous. And she later tweeted a photo once the water was restored. You can see it there.
Lovely.
She says, water restored,
lemonade.
sorta. Lemonade, exactly. On the bright side, I now know what very dangerous face water looks like. I hope she didn't take a sip. Now, according to Olympic officials, they say Sochi is indeed ready. All these concerns restrictions are overblown. And in fact, in response to one complaint, one of the members of Sochi's Olympic organizing committee tweeted, "To believe, you just need to turn back and look at the mountains." So if you close your eyes, all the problems go away. It's a very good philosophy for life.
They'll all be out there melting snow, won't they? Thanks very much, Flo Vilno, with the international papers. Coming up, news plus a special report on Focus about Israelis living and working in the West Bank. Should they be there? We'll have that after the break.